So you're still confused about what is Forex and what are we doing? What are we trading? That's okay. Hang on, stick with me. When I finish with you, you will hopefully no longer be confused. So we are still in the school of Pipsology. We're still in preschool. And in this lesson, we're going to talk about what is traded in Forex. And I'm going to keep that answer real simple. I kind of explained it in the last video. Baby Pips did too in the last lesson. It's money, and specifically currencies. That's what's traded in Forex, okay? But you're not going to actually have anything physical. We are doing it online. There's nothing that you will hold physically, okay? You would just do it through your computer. And so think about when you're buying currency, you're buying a share in a country, like when you're buying shares in a company. The price of the currency is usually a direct reflection of the market's opinion, take a pin in that, on the current and future health of its respective economy. So you are looking at the current economy and you're looking at the future, the current health and the future health. Just keep that in mind. So it's the market's opinion on the current and future health of its respective economy. I keep saying company, but it's economy, okay? In trading Forex, when you say you're going to buy the Japanese yen, right? You're basically buying a share in the Japanese economy. You're betting that the Japanese economy is doing well, right? We said currently, right? And will get even better as time goes on. That's the future aspect. Hopefully you're right, because once you sell those, quote, shares back to the market, you will hopefully end up with a profit. So here's the point. In general, the exchange rate of a currency versus other currencies is a reflection of the condition of that country's economy compared to other economies. So you can't really measure that country's economy, in the foreign exchange marketplace without comparing it to another economy. So if the Japanese yen or the Japanese economy is getting weak, let's say it's weak, it's weaker than most of the other major currencies. You'll see that it's weaker than most of them. So it'll be selling on a lot of those pairs, not all pairs, but a lot of the pairs it will be selling. Or if it's stronger, then you'll see it going up, and it'll be buying on in comparison to other pairs. They're getting stronger. Okay, that's what we're talking about. So you basically, again, you're exchanging one for the other. So you are comparing one to the other. If you believe it's going to go up, then whatever you're comparing it to, you must believe that one is weaker and it's going to go down. You have to consider the other currency in the pair. You'll understand that more. By the time you graduate, you'll be eager to work with them, but you'll also understand. Okay, so we're going to talk about currencies. There are a lot of there are a lot of currencies you can trade, but we're going to talk about what they call, quote unquote, the major currencies. So we have the Canadian dollar, we have the US dollar, you're going to see CAD, USD, we have the Great British Pound, we have the Euro, we have the Swiss franc, we have the Aussie, the Japanese yen, and the New Zealand dollar. These are called the major currencies. So when you hear people talk about the major currencies, these are the ones they're referring to usually. And that's because they are the most heavily traded currencies. So we call liquidity. There's more liquidity in here, more opportunities, more money flowing in and out. So yeah. And they represent some of the world's largest economies. Okay. Now they differ on what we call major currencies. Some people call those major currencies, Baby Pip says, the uptight ones who probably got straight A's and follow all the rules as children. We'll consider those that we listed as major currencies. Not those. The US dollar, the euro, the Japanese yen, the Great British Pound, and the Swiss franc. They're going to consider those as major currencies. And then they'll label the Aussie, the New Zealand dollar, and the Canadian dollar as commodity currencies. For us rebels, and I'm in this group, and I was also in this group as far as straight, this part too, follow the rules, have really grades. But I don't think I'm uptight. Maybe to some people. I don't know. You be the judge. You guys think I'm uptight? Tell me. Let me know. I mean, I'll try to loosen up, but not for so much. But that must be what makes me uptight. Anyway, I think I'm a rebel. Look at my way I dress, the way I don't always follow the rules. I wear white after Labor Day. Been doing it for years. Didn't like that rule and decided to break it. So anyway, to keep things simple, we just consider all 8 currencies as majors. And I like that. Let's keep it simple. Let's say all of them are major currencies. All right. And here they list their currencies and their country and their nicknames. So you can, a lot of times, we in US dollar, we'll say the buck. We've heard people say, I got a few bucks. But we're talking about US dollar. The euros nickname is the fiber, and this is the code. So this is what you'll see on the charts. The yen, you will not see YEN on the charts. You will see JPY is the represents the country of Japan. The Japanese, so Japan is the country, and the nickname is the yen. They kept it simple. The Great British Pound, Great Britain Pound, is GBP, is what you'll see on the chart. You hear it say GBP. Its nickname is the cable. The Swiss franc, okay, Switzerland, right? The franc, CHF is what you will see. There is no S in it at all, but the nickname is Swissy. So you hear say the Swiss franc. You hear people say the Swissy. We're talking about CHF. A lot of times you hear me just say CHF to keep it simple for the kids. The Canadian dollar, Canada's the country. The dollar is their currency, and its nickname is the loonie. So you hear people talk about the loonies going up, loonies going down, loonies going to tank, whatever. Loonies getting stronger. That's what they're saying. You hear me say the Aussie. The Aussie is the Australian dollar. That's the country Australia. That's their currency, AUD. You will see that on the chart. Then you're going to see NZD on the chart. That is New Zealand's dollar, and we call that the Kiwi. So screenshot this if you need to, if you can. Don't forget to go back and look at it. But these are the codes we're talking about. So if you're trading along with us, when we get to the point where we're to trade live together, you'll hear me call out the codes, or you hear me call out like the nicknames. So I may say UJ, I may say GJ, I may say EJ, I may say AJ. That's a lot easier to do. NJ. You hear me say that a lot, right? GU, EJ, EG. I won't say EG. I'll say euro to the Great British Pound. That's too confusing. Anyway, the currency symbols always have 3 letters, where the first 2 letters identify the name of the country, and the third letter identifies the name of the country's currency, usually the first letter in the currency's name. So these 3 letters are known as ISO 4217 currency code. By 1973, the International Organization for Standardization, ISO, established 3-letter codes for the currency used today. So for instance, NZD, think about the first 2 letters. NZ, what are they talking about? Talking about New Zealand, and D is their dollar. See, NZ stands for New Zealand, D is their dollar, right? Easy enough. So the currencies included in the chart above are called majors because they are the most widely traded ones. Okay, and they got a little do you know section right here. We kind of cool to know that the British pound is the world's oldest currency that's still in use. It dates back to the 8th century, and the newest world currency is the South Sudanese pound, made official on July 18th, 2011. So it says, we also like to let you know that buck isn't the only nickname for the US dollars. You guys have heard some of these. You also have heard greenbacks, bones, Benjis, Benjamins, cheddar, paper, loop, skrilla, cheese, bread, moolah, dead presidents. My kids laugh at that one for some reason. And cash money. So if you wanted to say I have to go to work now, instead you could say, yo, I gotta bounce. Gotta make them some what? Oh, yo, I gotta bounce. Gotta make them Benjis, son. I thought I was gonna say something else. My bad. Anyway, fun fact. In Peru, a nickname for the US dollar is Coco, which is a pet name, Jorge, George in Spanish, a reference to the portrait of George Washington on the $1 note. All right, so that's it. I actually read through this whole thing with you guys. So you can literally go, they call me Coco, yo. Really? They're so funny. You can literally go to what is traded in Forex. Click yes, you did complete this lesson because, hey, you really did. I went through the whole thing with you. I definitely recommend you read it again or watch the video again. And if you have not bought them coffee, buy them some coffee, y'all. All right, so look, next lesson, we're going to talk about buying and selling these currency pairs. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you in the classroom in the next lesson. Talk soon, guys. Bye now.